What's going on, guys? My name is Dwayne and welcome back to Certified Rides. Now, if you watched my last video, you will know that I have been waiting all week for parts and products and everything to turn up so that we can actually get cracking with the engine bay on the 182 Trophy. Good news is, everything's arrived. So, now that everything's here, I can actually get cracking and start to make this engine bay look more fresh, OEM plus, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to tidy it. I'm not going to go too mad, guys, because I've watched some videos on people detailing engine bays and you can go all out on stuff like this, but we are literally just looking to freshen it up, get everything looking as good as possible. That's the plan, so let's go. Right, guys, so the first thing that I wanted to do is give the engine bay a good clean with a fantastic cleaner degreaser, which I found through watching a few experienced detailers on YouTube. Now, the actual products don't actually show up on this clip, so please make sure that you watch the video all the way to the end so I can show you exactly what products and other bits and pieces I used throughout this video. So guys, because there's going to be excessive water introduced into the engine bay area, I wanted to cover up all the main electrical parts. So I just had some plastic bags lying about the house and I got some tape just to hold them down and use them to cover up the ECU, cover up the battery, cover up the fuse box, and then cover up the coil pack which sits on the back of the inlet manifold and the alternator down at the front. Other than that, guys, you just want to cover up any kind of sensors or any kind of plugs which you can see with a bit of tape, just to be safe than sorry. So once I was happy that everything was covered up, I then got my bottle of degreaser which I mixed up earlier on and put into this fantastic spray bottle. This bottle will spray any water-based solution out into a foam. Look at that, guys. This thing is fantastic. Foam is really helpful because as the solution attacks the grime, the foam will help to lift the dirt up to the surface. So then when you start brushing and scrubbing and agitating all the dirt, everything will be right at the top, ready for you to just wash it all off. I know it doesn't look like it, guys, but I actually left the solution on the car for about 2 minutes or so, just so that it could penetrate all the dirt. And then I got my detailing brush and went around the whole engine bay and just agitated all the dirt just to get it nice and loose. So when it comes to rinsing off the engine bay area, take the time to actually pick a pressure which isn't too harsh, because you really don't want water to be pushed into areas where water shouldn't be. So once that's all done, guys, the engine's all rinsed off and everything, now you got to dry it. And there was no way in God's green earth I was going to go around with a microfiber cloth wiping everything down. So I bought myself this little blower. It was the cheapest one on Amazon and this thing is fantastic. Look at it. It just got every last bit of water off out of every nook and cranny. Purchasing this thing was the best thing I've done. I mean, this thing was fantastic. How long it's going to last, because like I said, it was the cheapest one on Amazon. How long it's going to last, I don't know, but right now it was a godsend. Right, guys, it is the next day. I had to stop recording yesterday because the weather was no better than what you can see now, and I just didn't want my camera equipment to get wet, basically. But if we have a look at the engine bay real quick, I mean, at a first glance, it is looking really fresh. I don't know if that's coming through on camera, but if I get this light on quickly, I'll show you. Even over on the suspension area, if you look at the paint, you can see the reflection where the light is bouncing off of the paint. It was not like that before. And even on top of the actual suspension strut, there was a lot of black grit and stuff down there. Now it's just surface rust, which I can give some attention to at a later point. Even if you look in the gaps and everything, there's no grit or no clumps of dirt anymore. It's really nice down there. Even over on the other side. So guys, please do not think I am anywhere near finished with this engine bay. I just wanted to give it a nice quick detail, a nice good overall clean, just to get rid of all the grit and the grime hiding away in all the corners. So the next stage for me is to actually start removing parts from the engine bay, mainly the big sections like the inlet manifold, the ECU covers, like the whole section, not just the top half, possibly the engine mount and whatnot. Get all of those bits off and get them de-rusted, cleaned up, and put fresh paint on them and put everything back on. I think that's what's next in terms of cleaning up the whole engine bay. So yeah, let's get into that. Right guys, so let's quickly go through all the bits and pieces what I actually used to do the quick detail. It's not a hell of a lot of stuff, but that's perfect, that's what I wanted. I didn't want to spend all day doing this stuff. So yeah, right, so to start off with, we've just got the brushes. I bought a set of brushes. There was 5 in the pack. 3 of them are left, brand new, because I used the biggest one to do all the big areas, and I used the smallest to get in all the gaps and stuff. Also in the bag, this is from Amazon, by the way. So this is, in the bag you also get a microfiber towel. It's not massive, it's only small, but it is made out of good material. It's not like the cheap stuff what you get from the pound shop. So yeah, that was that. The brushes were quite good. I think in general, I think they're called like boar hair or hog hair, something like that, brushes, detailing brushes. You don't have to spend a ton on those guys. Like they are what they are. The next thing what I bought was this guy. This is one of my new best friends. I love this thing. It's called an IK foam 1.5 dispenser, I guess, or something like that. It's a 1 litre bottle, and this is fantastic because of like the special little nozzle on the end. I don't know if you can see that. This guy allows you to put any sort of water-based solution inside it and it will foam up for you. It's really nice and easy to use. You can pressurize it by pumping it and you just go. You just spray whatever you need to spray. This would be perfect as well, and I probably will use this on my car. If you're anywhere where you can't actually get to use a KATSU or anything like that with one of those plug-in foam bottles or anything like that, this is perfect. It's handheld. You can just spray the whole car. You might have to pump it a few times, but who cares? It's not a big effort. But yeah, if you haven't got access to anything like that, this is perfect for you. It's nice, it's cheap, it's cheerful. So that is great. The star of the show is the cleaning solution what I use. This stuff is called SURFEX HD. I'm not quite sure if the camera is zooming in on this. I can't see, but again, guys, I'll try and put the link to all of these items where I bought them from in the description down below. So yeah, this one, really good stuff as you saw, but I'm actually saying as a person who's seen it firsthand, it is really good stuff. Depending on how strong you want it, this is where it becomes really cost effective, because if you imagine going to like a car store, I don't know from whichever country you're from, but here in England, 9 times out of 10, the first place we'd go is Halfords. If you go there and you buy any of the ready-made stuff, you're looking at what? Anywhere between $9.99 to like $24.99 or anything like that for some really good stuff, like name brand stuff. This stuff cost me $9.99 for like a 1 litre bottle. And basically you would actually mix this with water. So this stretches, I can imagine, obviously I've only just got it, but I can imagine this stretching really far. So for example, if you wanted to do, say, a bit of interior cleaning or anything like that, you could still use this because it's water-based. You could still use this at a ratio of, say, like 1 to 10. But if you was to do anything like, you know, tough grit and grime, like basically like an engine bay, you could do what I did and you could go up to, say, 3 parts to 10, you know, and that's for like really tough stuff, you know, engine bay stuff like dirt. and it will break it down. I mean, it did. I've witnessed it firsthand. So in here, I did actually put 3 parts to 10. So, and I didn't even finish it. I've still got just under half a litre in there. Yeah, just under half a litre, probably about 400 mil, something like that. It's still in there for me to go again. And guys, this is nowhere near finished. Like, we still got quite a fair bit to go on that as well. So you can really get some tough cleaning degreasers for cheap. Like, this stuff is really good. I rate it, I do. And the last thing is this guy. This guy shot the hell out of me. This thing was off of Amazon, and I do believe if it wasn't the cheapest, it was the second cheapest. It's a KATSU. It's made by a company called KATSU. And it's basically a blower. It's for whatever you want to use it for. So it's small, it's neat, it's handy. This, I thought, when I first saw it, I thought, what's that for? Like, what's that gonna do? But when you go to use it on the engine bay and you can get down like the little sections in the engine bay, it is useful. And it's not tough plastic, it won't break because it's made out of rubber, it bends. So it was fantastic. It is powerful. I did not expect this to be as strong as it is. When it's at full pelt, because it's got levels on it from 1 to 6. When it's all the way up to 6, guys, this thing sounds, no exaggeration, like this thing sounds like a jet is about to take off. Like, that's how loud it is. Like, it could make someone's ears ring, kind of thing. So I wouldn't go using it in like a really, really small room. But yeah, good bit of kit that God knows how long this is gonna last. Like, because like I said, it was the cheapest one on eBay, or the second cheapest. It was the cheapest one on Amazon, or the second cheapest one on Amazon. So yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. But other than that, guys, that is about it. That is everything what I used to do a quick detail on the engine bay. I wasn't interested in dressing the engine because I knew there was a lot. There was a lot which I wanted to take off and really tackle and de-rust and put fresh paint on. So I didn't bother doing all of that. On that note, I'm gonna ask you guys to please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Like I keep on saying, I know I don't want to sound like a parrot or a broken record. It is a growing channel. I am not taking this channel for a joke. This channel is, I want it to go places, basically. So if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe, please like, and please comment if it's positive. Leave it out if it's not. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.